Hola a todos, bienvenidos en este caso a un nuevo directo, más que nada videoreaccionando a la nueva conferencia de Xbox, la primera de este año, creo, al parecer. No sé si ya hicieron otra o tengan contempladas otras, por lo menos en este primer cuarto del año, del 2024, la cual es la de Xbox Developers Direct, que es básicamente como el directo de desarrolladores, en donde presentan juegos pero a la vez te dan un poco del detrás de cámara de lo próximo que vendrá a Xbox. Y básicamente en eso va a consistir la videoreacción de hoy. Probablemente también veamos alguna que otra cosa de Bethesda, ya que saben que es de las más recientes adquisiciones de Xbox. Entonces puede que veamos algo nuevo de un nuevo Fallout o de algún juego de ese estilo. Así que bueno, sin más para agregar, vayamos a ello. Siento que está como que falla un poco por la calidad de imagen, que es casi 8K. Intentemos bajar. Ahí, un punto medio. A ver qué tal. Obsidian, Oxide, Ninja Theory, Making Games. Estos son como 4 los principales. Esto es más como World of Warcraft, ¿no? De ese estilo. Un MMO.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Oh, well.
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. And Avowed is no different.
O se están basando más bien en este tipo de juegos.
We set out to blend the believable and fantastical, to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, Gameplay Director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted.
Es como una especie de... como el Bioshock, o sea, en primera persona, o de Sonor. Hubo unos pocos que salió, uno que se llamaba Immortals, era parecido.
Powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, We provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat.
Y eso que ni siquiera lo
That
tengo
means
en
you
su
can play
máxima
however you
resolución.
want. Equip a sword and shield
Porque
and charge into battle.
como que disminuye la velocidad.
Dual-wield
A ver,
pistols
vamos a
and
subir
control the
tantito.
encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to...
A ver si aguanta.
Wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power to attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the Living Lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Trained under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here.
Se puedes tomar
Take my
decisiones.
badge. Take everyone's. Our families
Las
deserve
caras
to
sí
know
se ven bien
before I
cabrón,
died for them.
Así, las
Making
texturas.
the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. And each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Gráficamente, les digo, me gusta. Las ambientaciones también me gustan. Es el estilo de arte. Lo único que no me gusta es que es en primera persona. Pero aún así se ve muy bien. O sea, sí es un juego que por lo menos me atrevería a probar. O sea, una franquicia nueva. La historia quién sabe cómo sea, pero el mundo sí se ve creativo y divertido. Ahí le salió bien la tirada de Xbox de comprarse a Bethesda para comprar esa creatividad que a ellos les falta. No. Ninja Theory. ¿Qué tipo de juego será? Esto es más como realista, ¿no? Ah, no. Es el estudio donde lo diseñan.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Yo ya lo he visto en otros trailers, en otras conferencias, y desde el primero me llamaba la atención. Tanto por los gráficos y por el mundo, como por la idea de que no sabes qué es real.
But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
What does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel.
Este siempre me ha dado ganas de jugar.
One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story.
Pero como es exclusivo de Xbox.
It does feel very
Solo, ahorita ya mi hermano tiene un Xbox.
Very brutal and you're very
el blanco, el chiquito. Y yo tengo un control, pero necesito su permiso, pues tener espacio, ¿no?, en la consola para descargar.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling, so I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. and then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Está chida la canción.
You feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are
Esa
also working with
presentación la
heavy
hicieron
metal
en
singer,
el
throat
Game
singers,
Awards que
and
acaba
our
de
very own
pasar.
purists. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Ah, ya va a salir. Digo, está muy chido. A mí me encantaría jugar el 1 y el 2, pero pues primero tengo que conseguir su aprobación. Lo cual lo dudo. Pero si tienes un Xbox, no desaproveches la oportunidad. Yo sí te lo recomendaría. Square Enix. Ah, la verga, esa fue sorpresa. ¿Qué consiguieron del buen Square?
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年に
ファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、
Ah, es un spin-off de Final
マナ
Fantasy.
と政権をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG として
Suena que es un juego que me gustaría, un RPG.
発売され、長らく愛
A
さ
la
れて
verga,
きま
son
した。
17, güey. Son más que Final
本作は
Fantasy.
30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは
se ve
自
chido
然や
ya.
精霊とのつながりを感じられる
Este sí
色
se nota
彩
que es
豊かな聖剣
para
伝
nuevas
説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。
Y el arte es como el de Dragon Ball.
シリー
De
ズ
ese
おなじみの
estilo.
モンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Como el de Akira. Ay. Este tipo de juegos son simples, pero a mí
今
me
回
maman.
これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナの内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。
Se me bien cagar.
聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと
Como
動いて、
tienen un estilo
これまで
cartoon,
自分が携わった作品
como
で
de
は
Kirby.
それらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説モンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているので、バトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジュによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなどゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Qué cierto, está bonita la banda sonora. Su mundo también me recuerda un poco a Genshin, pero con mucho más énfasis en las
アクション
animaciones.
RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として
聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますが、その力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Dicen que siempre he sentido que son mejores las transmisiones de Xbox, sus conferencias digitales, sus presentaciones, pero siempre me había fallado eso, que el tipo de contenido como de anime, de videojuegos que a mí me llaman la atención, pues están más en conferencias de Square Enix, de PlayStation o de otros desarrolladores, y Xbox se centra mucho en lo suyo. Pero como ahorita ya agregaron esto, a mí ya me compro. O sea, para mí se me hace que tiene un buen ritmo, me gusta cómo presentan los juegos, cómo te explican rápidamente pues cómo lo desarrollaron. Siento que lo han hecho bien. Llevan 2 años que lo hacen muy bien.
Like Civilization 5. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Our History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on the architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might.
scientific advancement. The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I am personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Ara for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me." I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Ara is only the beginning. We're going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Ara and to create your own history.
No mames, todos están cerca de salir este mismo año. Y son buenos, la mayoría. Tienen un nivel decente. Y son muy variados, trae mucha variedad. Cosa que antes no tenía, ahora sí. Satisface a varios tipos de público. Creo que este va a ser el cierre. El Indiana Jones. Ni siquiera sabía que tenían en desarrollo un juego de Indiana Jones. Pero pues rifa, ¿no? El buen indie.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in.
Pues sería como un Uncharted, ¿no? O una...
And as the years went on, I thought,
¿cómo se llama? Tomb Raider. Esos juegos.
To make this, and it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit
ambos
nervous
juegos, ambos
because
franquicias se basan en las películas de Indiana Jones.
Their response was
Entonces sería
just
lógico, ¿no? Que fueran por ese
that
rumbo.
excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and
Y si es como un
supportive of
Uncharted de
everything
Tomb
that
Raider
we
puede
wanted
estar
to
muy
do with the game.
chido, ¿eh?
It's been a long time.
Más
I've
con
been a
los
fan of this
graficazos.
my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Let me tell you what you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game,
Esa es la primera película.
you're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Myths.
Ay, no. Es como en primera persona.
Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
Híjole, es que a mí sí no me gusta que sea en primera persona.
Throughout history,
Puede servir en las partes, ajá, de puzzles, pero
mankind has built sites of
no.
great spiritual significance.
Siento que le resta mucho. Por eso
If you were to
tampoco
draw a line through these ancient sites around the
siento que me gustaría el de Avatar, de Pandora. Porque sí me gustaba el juego y todo hasta que vi que era en primera persona. Y digo, no es lo mismo, chavos. Más un juego como este, que es de acción.
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me. It ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
Siento que entonces se parece mucho más a un Bioshock que a un Uncharted o a un Tomb Raider. Está más cerca de eso. Gráficamente se ve bien, pero les digo, a mí me resta mucho el... En VR puede que esté muy verga. En realidad virtual. Ahí sí va a ser muy inmersivo. Pero así me resta la experiencia.
You have any idea how old that was?
Por la trama puede valer la
Indiana
pena.
Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years.
He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity
Tenía
to
mi
tell
cámara.
a new Indiana Jones
Con esa
story
me
for a
grabo.
modern gaming audience.
Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us in machine games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Whether it's cracking your whip, solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fist fight, all of these moments are much more intense in first person.
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with a hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Ven, ahí se hubiera visto
Indiana
más
Jones
chido.
and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery,
La trama
and it
está
all
chida.
unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome, stop. Need help, stop. Baby in Vatican, stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of
chido,
Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt,
Los artes.
the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones.
Estos lugares se ven como los que describía
One of the
Lovecraft.
biggest ways to do that is with the music.
Creó George R.R. Martin para Canción de Hielo y Fuego,
John Williams is the original composer for the
Azotorios
Indie
y
films,
Ultos.
and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Right then, let's see if we can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
Sí se ve igualito, ¿eh?
Our
Aquel,
villains, and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss.
al
He's
actor.
this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind
Fort.
and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of the head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indie's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indie's whip. And hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Tal vez me vea el gameplay de alguien que lo juegue. O sea, por la trama les digo, pero a mí no me gustaría jugarlo en primera persona. Si sacaran un modo en tercera, sí, pero en serio es igualito, al actor de Indiana Jones. Ford. ¿Es Henry Ford o cómo se llamaba? Ay, no me acuerdo su nombre. Creo que son todos, ¿no? Según yo. Todos para este año, chavos. Es el resumen. Siento que la parte que se me hizo más pesada fue la de el juego que es tipo Civilization. Siento que se extendió demasiado.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Pero la mayoría estuvo bien.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Aura is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
You aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada. 今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Ahora sí que yo soy el target de casi todos los que sacaron, a excepción de Ara. pero la mayoría son juegos que yo jugaría y disfrutaría bastante. Pues por lo que veo, ¿qué es esto? ¿Algo especial? ¿O es un anuncio? Ah, de que van a hacer después. Pues bueno, chicos, esa fue la transmisión. Les digo, fue más breve de lo normal para ser de Xbox y en general una conferencia de videojuegos, pero siento que estuvo bien. Siento que dura lo que tiene que durar. Siento que estuvieron bien en el tiempo que duraron en pantalla, tanto los anuncios, lo que pudimos ver. Y pues pienso que, les repito, la mayoría, si no es que todos, me gustaron. Supieron muy bien mezclar el detrás de los juegos y el proceso de creación y cómo te exhortan a que lo compres con el gameplay y al mismo tiempo con el tráiler. Siento que los escogieron bien los títulos, porque la verdad la mayoría, todos se ve que tienen un estándar de calidad de AAA, o por lo menos ahí está, cercano. Les digo que me gustó mucho que incluyeran pues juegos que salen de lo convencional, de lo occidental, que es casi siempre lo que saca Xbox. Aquí se enfocaron más en lo japonés, en este mercado, y trajeron los RPGs, en este caso uno de los más grandes, que es Tales of Mana, y es una forma muy buena de incursionar en estas, ¿cómo decirlo? Porque nunca había llegado. Ellos dijeron que es el primero que llega a esta consola, en general a esta compañía que es Xbox. Entonces sí, siento que es una muy buena manera de empezar a incursionar en los RPGs, con un RPG moderno, y ya si te gusta irlo expandiendo a otros mercados. Probablemente eso es la tirada de Xbox, si les gusta, ir comprando más franquicias para que salgan también para su consola, porque el monopolio lo tenía PlayStation, y es una de las razones de que me guste, aunque no los juegue tanto. Me gusta ese catálogo que tiene Play, de que siempre apoya a la industria japonesa. De ahí se estrena casi todo. Casi todos los juegos japoneses se estrenan en Play, más allá de que los compren en el resto del mundo, pues porque saben que es un mercado fuerte. Les da esa visibilidad que a veces les falta. Y por esa razón, pues yo estoy bastante satisfecho, me agradó. Y el único pero que pondría, como ya mencioné, es que siento que el que se llama Ara, que es un estilo Age of Empires, dura demasiado. Es muy técnico y de cosas que, como no es un juego que me llama la atención, se me hizo un poco pesado. Y tiene tanto contenido que ofrecer que siento que probablemente es el que duró más en cuanto a su segmento durante la traducción, pero estuvo bien. Ahora sí que me dio más gusto que disgusto. Y entonces diría que hasta el momento, como va del año, yo creo que sí va a ser de las mejores, si no es que la mejor conferencia en cuanto a tiempo, calidad de anuncios, los anuncios mismos. Incluso les digo que tú puedes ver esto en 4K, solo que ahorita pues no se trababa, como vieron, si lo dejaba en 4K, entonces le tuve que bajar. Pero imagínense la cantidad gráfica, y en general siento que para hacer juegos que aparte se van a estrenar este año, lo hicieron muy bien. Ahora sí que no hay mejor momento para tener un Xbox que ahora. Y pues nada, sin más por agregar, les agradezco su tiempo y su atención y espero vernos pronto en un nuevo video. Bye.